No throw here.
Alright, what is up, my friends? Welcome to my new video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We're playing some standard. Playing a deck that I was trying out. I tried out for the Pro Tour. I've worked on it a bit since. It didn't really work out then, but I'm still kind of iterating on it, trying to make it work. And it's based around a really, really powerful new artifact in the big score sheet. Simulacrum Synthesizer. The mana for an artifact, ETB Scry 2, cool. Whenever an artifact, mana value 3 or greater, enters the battlefield under your control, make a construct. So it's a token that's the size of all the artifacts you control. And that's an extremely powerful effect, right? So every big artifact you play, you get a huge creature, which is insane. Now, that's powerful, right? You play a bunch of artifacts, do your thing. But the real cool thing I want to draw attention to here is how it works with Skitterbeam Battalion. So Skitterbeam Battalion, of course, is a 9 mana or 5 mana prototype creature. Spend the mana, get 3 copies of it, basically. Either 3 2/2s or 3 4/4s for 9 mana. Well, these copies all have their mana values. So, if you play a Skitterbeam Battalion for 5 mana with a Simulacrum Synthesizer in play, you get 3 2/2s and then 3 constructs also, which is an unbelievably insane amount of power. And that's just really, really good. I don't know how else to sell it for you. Sell it for you, honestly. So, pretty insane, high upside. You know, on turn 5, you should have 40 power in play. Or both cards play fine by themselves, too, which is pretty sweet. And got kind of an artifact-y control deck here. A bunch of artifacts. Urabrask Forge is awesome in this format. Phenomenal against control decks. Good against Domain. Good against Esper. Not good against the decks that are attacking you, but there aren't that many of those. Mana Ramp at Celestus and Irencrag. Also have Enthusiastic Mechanaut. Pretty cool little 2-drop here. Can't be go for the throated. It makes all your artifacts cheaper. We got Legion Extruder. Another big score card here that can make... it's 2 damage shock something. And then you can use it to sack artifacts later, make 3/3s, which is pretty cool. Cryptic Coat, obviously you can keep bouncing it over and over again and keep asking it with the synthesizer, which is great. And then some rule spells and counter spells, Torch Tower, Voltage Surge, Phantom Interference for a counter spell, and then Burn Down the House for a big sweeper. Really cool lands here too. Mirrex and Fomori Vault, excellent value from your lands. Mirrex makes tokens. Fomori Vault can impulse, look for awesome cards. We got Restless Spire here, Sokenzan, and Otawara. A lot of good lands. And then Sideboard's got, for those matchups where the Urabrask Forge is not good, you need to block, the Spiders come in. But mostly only good there. Sweeper, Vampire Vengeance, Tidebinder, good against a lot of stuff. Hearse for graveyards, and Negate for spells. You kind of get the idea, right? Barrage for Esper, and then 1 Saheeli hiding down here for the control matchup. So, deck's super sweet. Let's give it a spin. But first, we work from our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com.
Command Fest Atlanta is on the horizon, happening June 14th to 16th, featuring Modern Horizons 3. Prepare for an unforgettable weekend of Magic the Gathering action and fun. Secure your tickets today.
All right, on the play, let's rock and roll. We got some lands, we got some mana, we got a Skitterbeam. We can keep this counterspell too. The old Mechanaut, gonna make our Irencrag into a mana neutral mana rock, which is pretty sweet. Let's get our deck open here. Blood and Mulligans got cool sleeves. All right, Stormcarved Coasts, and let's rock. We got our counter spell here, so we got Simulacrum Coast, go. Okay. How about a little Mechanaut? So probably Esper. Some blue light control. Let's play Simulacrum Coast. Simulacrum Coast number 2. All right. Well, I guess buckle up, folks. Here's your 1 mana Irencrag. I'm stack. Do you want to know more lies? My Irencrag. Alright, looks like it resolved. So we'll attack for 2. Got our counter spell up. We got Battalion next turn if we want it. Let's say go. Nothing. Probably control. If I had to guess. Beach and Lockdown. We don't like that card, so we'll say get off my plane. Counter that. And just fire the Battalion. If they have Depopulate, I suppose it stinks, but draw the vaults. We're trying to come in. Just do our thing. This usually have more Sunfalls than Depopulate, so just get it and do our thing here. Definitely want to have our engine cards more against them. Urabrask Forge, Synthesizer, Cryptic Coat. This is not... The beatdown draw is not really our main plan, but, you know. We got Sokenzan, we got Fomori Vault also, so... Land, no Depopulate. Thank God. We draw Forge. Awesome. So... Definitely could have Wandering Emperor here, or Counterspell, or Deluge. I think I like just jamming the Forge here. This is the turn they want to cast Emperor or Deluge, so we'll just cast a spell that they have to counter. And then just get in for a bunch. We have this Sokenzan here too, which is kind of sweet. Cool. Combat. Coming in. It's a Wandering Emperor. Okay, so they will probably exile my Mechanaut, I guess, and take 7. So we can actually Torch Tower here, shoot the Emperor, and have them not gain a life, which is awesome. Let's do that. So, bargain. Target this, sack this. So, you're going to be at 3 life. I'm going to bottom this land. And if they sweeper, we kill them with Sokenzan and Forge. So, great start here, honestly. Gotta say, yeah. Let's see, land Sunfall. Which kind of like is a forced play anyway, right? There's a 3, they shouldn't die, so I think this game is effectively locked up. It's a solved game, folks. Temporary lockdown, no thank you. Yeah, I mean, also important that a lockdown would not kill these battalion tokens. Even though they are tokens, they do have a mana value. So, no lockdowns here. And no farewell either, cost 6, so I think we're good to go. It looks like our opponent agrees. Alright, pretty cool game, honestly. Not really like the main plan of a deck, but worked for me for sure. So, we're going to bring in our Negates, probably our Tidebinders, and our Saheeli. We can cut these Voltage Surge, Torture Tower effects, and the Burn Down the Houses. And still have some removal spells here in the Extruders. Tidebinder can work also if they have a card like Seed Shark. We can consider Barrage. Part of the house isn't that bad either, but I think this is fine for now. Alright. Game 2. We got 2 lands, Celestus, Forge, Negate. I mean, we gotta keep this one, even though we can't actually cast anything yet. Like, any land turns on Synthesizer, Celestus, Forge, Negate, Mechanaut. I think on the play, I might mulligan this hand, but on the draw, you can't mulligan this. Like, she draw basically any land in the entire deck. Point a mulligan also. You got Anchorage, a Spire, cool. So a little awkward because we have like two tappy lands. I can't cast Mechanaut, but there's an Archive. Okay. We draw Forge, sure. So again, we can't play an untapped Coast here, but fortunately now our hand's a little slow against counterspells, but all right, they play Field of Ruin. They play their own copy of Celestus. Interesting is like we're gonna be tapping out for like I feel like the next 10 turns. I almost want to just counter this. Yeah, I'm just gonna burn this. Like pretty weird. Like you usually want to use it to gain like a Wrath or whatever, but this is a very different game than last game. That's cool. That's cool. Where this is more of an engine game where we're playing our engine pieces. So, all right, so we're gonna definitely keep the land on top. And keep a Skitterbeam too, I think. You know, we gotta fight this with counter spells here, but if anything resolves, I get a token, it's awesome for us. Like next turn we can go Mechanaut 3-drop. And they have to counter one of the others, so let's go Mechanaut. If they were to try and counter us, I'd probably counter back again. Just to, like, for mana efficiency. Demoralize. Yeah, we're going to counter back. Because having the Mechanaut in play is a pretty big game. I'm just going to counter back. It's kind of, like, interesting is, like, the difference between the last game and this game. You know, this is a real good example of, like, the concept of, like, focus on what matters, you know? In theory, you'd think you'd want to use Negates to counter Sunfall, to counter Planeswalkers, or whatever. And we've used them now on a Celestus and a soft counterspell. But it's just more about, like, what's the texture of a game look like, right? So we have, like, this game, it's all about these engine pieces. Last game was a beatdown game. We were just playing creatures and attacking. This game is more about just putting these things in play and getting going. The only thing that might get us here is if they have Farewell in their deck, which is not commonly played as more than, like, a one-of, but... Alright, so we're going to go Forge here, right? This is insane. Play Forge. Might see if... Nope, that resolved. Okay, make a token. Okay. You go Forge again. I kind of want to play Celestus, honestly. Let's play Forge again. I mean, that one resolved, so... This is probably a Deluge turn for them. They want to cast Deluge, so... Alright, sick. So, Synth. 6/6s. Tokens. Definitely these. We could, in theory, keep Mechanaut back to defend against the Wandering Emperor. But I think that's fine. I think they just need to cast a Wrath anyway, so. Cool. The thing is, like, they kind of need to cast Sunfall regardless. I have 2 6/6s in play, so. Exile this, life's a wash, no problem. So you go. You know, I think we're sort of in farewell or bust territory. Oh, if they have, we lose. I mean, not lose, but like it's pretty bad for us. It's Emperor Lockdown. Okay, so this eats the 2 tokens, which is fine. All my engines stay in play. And will they make a token or plus their Wandering Emperor? I only have 1 card left too, so we have our Vault as well, which is kind of sweet. Alright, so plus that. We draw a Skitterbeam Battalion. So, alright. I can't cast those just yet, but get these Forges going, right? Forges kills pretty fast, honestly. Alright, so attack for 4. I'm gonna attack one of these to the Emperor. Then you want to use a March or whatever to keep their thing alive, like it's fine, so. Alright, so sick. Play a Celestus, make a token, and just say go. Again, I think we're in farewell or bust territory, so. You're up, friend. All right. Day turns night. Mirrex. Mirrex is pretty awesome against them. These Skitterbeams are good too, though. Alright, I'm going to discard a Skitterbeam. Keep the Mirrex. Draw Tidebinder. That's pretty interesting. I think I'm pretty happy just to cast the Skitterbeam here, though. Just, like, do the thing. So the reason goes land first. Maybe not, but... Skitterbeam! Maybe, like, put a Cavern of Souls through the board. Alright, that's fine. Counter that. Attack for 11. No Tidebinders here, it looks like. Maybe keeping the Mirrex over Skitterbeam was wrong. I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, you're at 7, go. And again, it still feels like we're basically in farewell territory. Instant field the Mirrex. Sure, yeah. Yeah, I think I should have kept Skitterbeams over the Mirrex. I'm absolutely wrong, but whatever. Is what it is. Alright, we have a creature line here too. We have the Restless Spire hanging out, so I think getting these last few points across will be too difficult. Urabrask's Forge. What do you got, friend? As long as it's not farewell. Fine by me. Even fair. I mean, maybe the Spire could speak across the finish line here. Spire and the Tidebinder if they have farewell, but it would be tough. You know, no, not gonna sugarcoat it. It would be tough. It is nighttime. Phantom Interference, not a bad draw. All right, yeah, discard to combat. Do our thing. Forges are on 4 and 4 now. Works for me. All right, awesome. Pretty clean match there. On the play. With a passable hand. It's draw a land, but the Mechanaut can help do that also. We have some cheat spells too. Everything costs 3, so that's fine. We have like basically everything we want with this hand minus a single land. And even without it, we can still do our thing if they don't kill the Mechanaut, so I'm cool with that. Extruding, Forging, Synthin. Enthusiastically. Bloomin' Marsh, Duress. Right, that's annoying, but sure. Hand's still pretty good. Can't go for throw the Mechanaut. If they can cut down it kind of sucks, but get to blank half their removal spells. I think the Synth is by far the best card, so they agree. We draw our land, cool. I mean, next turn can be Forge plus Extruder, which is pretty cool. Play a 2-drop, like a Bronco or something like that, we can kill. Maybe the 3/2. Don't cut down my guy. He's just trying to live his life. He's just trying to flap his little metal wings around, you know? Come on. Alright, well, we're forging. Bad thing here would be if they played a Glissa, because Glissa can remove counters from things. Kind of turns the Forge off a little bit. It did not. Wow, cool. Very lucky. Alright, so... yeah, we're going to attack. No reason to play Extruder yet. The one thing is that is lacking a little bit is, like, there aren't a lot of, like, foddery things sacrificed to the Extruder. I freaking wish this card made artifacts, right? If the Forge tokens were artifacts, it'd be so awesome. Just going to do nothing again? Okay. Sure. How about you go to combat again? Just start forging up. Just gotta forge our way to victory, right? The longer the game goes, the better the forge in play. Alright, just there you go. I'll make a Mirrex token. Like, what are they? Is it kind of like all go for the throats or something? Like, all cut downs to go for the throats? Instead, make a token. Sure. You got it, friend. I guess they know we have this, so they're playing around it, but, like, that's fine. You know, like, we're just forging away. If we had nothing in play, sure, but we're certainly working towards a goal here. Citadel on black. That's a weird one. That's not a commonly played card in the like Reed's Orzhov Bronco deck from the PTs, so that's a little weird. All right, we could make a 2/2 and block here. We're not going to. All right. I mean, we could fire up Skitterbeam, but like I think they're at 14. Yeah, I screwed up. Maybe once they say go this turn, I should have made it 2/2, untap Blitz Skitterbeam, and like shifted from like counterspell to offensive mode. I think that might have been better. But 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like freaking jam here. Our counterspells also being less and less effective now that they're like actually, you know, saying go and stuff, so just not doing anything. And have more mana up too. So alright. Here's the attack. God, I wish it was an artifact. Alright, so they go for the throat, the token. That's obviously great for us. It's part of the allure of this deck also, is that like kind of you dead some of your opponent's cards. They can't play go for the throat. Usually cut downs for not very good against this deck. Here's Shieldred, but I don't think it matters anymore, honestly. Untap, draw. Another Forge. Cool. You just play a Forge. Attack with everything. And they're just dead. Yeah, barring a cut down, I guess they're dead. Yeah, cool. Alright, weird game. Our draw was fine. I felt like more like their draw, we just kind of like blank their cards, which is awesome for us, obviously. Spider doesn't block that well against them. Mechanaut Extruder. It's interesting, like, if they leave cut down or not. Because it's kind of weird, because, like, we only have 4 targets for cut down, you know. But if they, it is a very good exchange for them if they do have it. Tidebinder, Negate, Barrage. I don't think I want any of these cards. Like, Cryptic Coat blocks just as well as Spider does against them. They have a lot of 3/3s. And things with Death Touch and stuff. So, Synth, the Well. It's just fine. Just gonna run it back. That's a bad hand. Alright, we're mulligan. That's also really bad. I mean, going to 5 is certainly not ideal, but I guess we can't keep this, so mulligan. Sure, so just the ramp card on their rule spell, and just hope that we can draw some cards to get out of this, because we are definitely behind the 8 ball here on 5 cards. They underest me too. Oh my god. Alright. We got a long way to go here, folks. We've got 3 lands and a divination. Alright, no 2-drop, thankfully. Just another duress. Alright, well, we have nothing, so mulligan to 5, double duress. Playing up the top. And let's see what we can do. And they just don't do anything. Like, are they like some sort of like green-black ramp deck or something like that? Or like, what are they? Just don't, I don't understand. They just don't play anything. Very weird. Okay. Hope they duress me again. It's a cottage time? Alright. I mean, take 4, I guess. You got me. Make your food. Can you please draw a synthesizer, please? Untap and draw a Irencrag. The good news here for Irencrag is that now we can vault at least and just loot away a land, which is kind of cool. I might do that right now. Actually, no, I'm bluffing counterspells. So, discard a card, look at the top 1 card of our library, and put that card in our hand. Hostile Investigator. That sucks. Alright, well, let's vault now, I guess. We'll vault, discard Shivan Reef. If they were to disenchant this in response, that would suck. Oh, cool. That's fun. Alright, well, little Scry Bug here. Discard that. They get a clue. Untap and draw a Spirebluff Canal. Cool. We are really doing it here. I don't want to give them another clue, so I guess we just say go. Pretty card. Hostile Investigator. They got 5 cards, a bunch of mana. Tiny Bones joins up. I guess he got me. Get a clue. Play a Plaza of Heroes. And a Glissa Sunslayer. Yeah, obviously not doing so good here. Mill over another Shivan Reef. This is absurd. We've actually seen 1, 2, 3 spells this game so far. Take 4. Let's draw a land so we can concede. Have a little complaint equity here. Cryptic Coat. That's not a land. Not great, though. Here's Cryptic Coat. Sucks is like if we had sold that land, we could have played it, bounced it, played it again. But the coat will hit a Skitterbeam Battalion. That's funny. Yeah, alright, you're up. End step, crack a clue. At this point, like, they're just so far ahead on resources. It's kind of a joke, I think, but... What do you got, friend? Cottage. An 11? Feel pretty dead. Alright, so block. Go down to 4. Don't think we have any outs, honestly. Like, with the creature land available too, maybe draw like a synth. We go synth, Cryptic Coat, make 2 creatures. Maybe. Possible? Probably not, but... Legion Extruder does not do it. I guess I can make the Irencrag into a creature. That's not even good, though. I'm just going back. Just show them less cards if possible. Alright, so, tough game, obviously. Alright, so let's keep 7, please. Yes, please. Keep this. It's a little sketchy if they kill my Mechanaut, but on the play. Get that Forge down if possible. We got a little counterspell, a little removal spell. They do seem to be a slower version of Golgarius for sure. Alright, so this has to live or I have to draw land. Then we're golden. Come on, little buddy. Come on, little buddy. Oh my god. Land, please. Come on. Did it. Get our synth on. Top cards are Extruder Reef. Drawing a land for Battalion is certainly not that bad. We get to go Forge and Surge next turn. Sure. If we get to do the Battalion synth thing, it'd be pretty sweet. Hopefully I don't have too many ways to kill my synthesizer here. Liana of the Veil. Okay. We'll ditch this counterspell. And just keep on playing. I mean, we have a Surge here, too. Surge sacks an artifact, not a token. So we can't sack the Forge token. We could sacrifice this Construct and kill the Liliana, which might be better than letting them Edict me and maintain it. This can kill other stuff, too, though. I don't know. Liliana just dies next turn to the Forge anyway, right? Yeah, this is fun. Let's do this.
You chose the wrong day to cross me.
So we're just looking to draw land next turn and do our battalion thing. I think if we cast Skitterbeam with a Synther blade, we probably just can't lose. So famous last words, I know, but I guess if they have a what's it called here, like a hostile investigator, and then maybe discard with the Liliana, it'd be pretty annoying. But Tiny Bones joins up. So we're gonna lose both cards here, right? We just can't have a choice. So I guess we're just gonna Surge the Liliana, and we'll lose Skitterbeam. They can't plus this either for value, so whatever. All right, sure. We're playing off top, folks.
Do not touch me
So we got no cards in hand. They have a Liliana that's a plus and not do anything, which is awesome. Can't minus. They're trying to get both cards there, and they can't. And we just have our engines in play. So any 3-mana artifact's a good draw. Play Mosswood, sure. Most spells are good draws, honestly. So specifically though, Cryptic Coat, Synthesizer, Everflowing Well, Urabrask, Forge, Celestus. Not Skitterbeam, can't spell Skitterbeam. Any of those would be A+. I think an Extruder would also be very good. Sick. Alright, so Cryptic Coat. Pump it up. Make a token. Make a token. And attack you. Attack Liliana. Might even scare Liliana, honestly. I'm not sure. Attack you. Alright, so this dies. They can adventure it next turn. It was fine by me. If 2 of their mana is spent next turn to draw a card, I'm ecstatic. So okay, that was pretty good. Very unexpected, but sure. We draw the Irencrag, so we cannot. That is a mana. So now next turn I can bounce Coat and then play it. But I can't do it now, obviously. So we're just going to say go. All of our cards are safely in play. Do I want to kill this Liliana or do I want to deal damage to them? Liliana has very little value at the moment. Because in order to plus it, they discard a card from their hand. I actually just kill it though. Like if they were to like empty their hand next turn and then plus it, now they have an edict in on tap. Which could kill a synth maybe, kill a token or whatever, so. Bloom and Marsh. Alright, it's got the Coat going, which is nice. Hostile Investigator. But Lieutenant Dan, I ain't got no hand. Bounce Cryptic Coat. Untap. Draw Spire. Cool. I guess we'll stack first. Play our coach. Make a token. We're going to cloak a Fomori Vault. Play a creature land and say go. Love it. Karvik the Punisher. Pretty good. So they get to... Tiny Bones gives them a crime, and now they can cast this black spell from their graveyard. Look at the long goodbye here. Sure. That other land, they could have cast the Wrath, but... It's like pretty annoying, honestly. So they get to Karvik. This is like a very legendary base Golgari deck. Okay. Mill a card. Alright, so end step, bounce the coat. We draw a land. That's kind of a tilt, but coat, bounce. We're one short of coat, bounce, coat, so this is a 2/2 vault. Doesn't do anything here as far as attacking goes. You have to make a token and attack. Our creature land doesn't matter either, so alright. Attack for 5. Keep that forge going, you know? Just pounding away at the forge. It's like the waste knot problem, right? Where they just have, like, you know, all these discard effects. I just have nothing to discard in my hand. Carvex pretty nasty. Like, again, the recast Path of Peril here. It's pretty bad for us. Ugh. That's a crime. So they get to cast Path of Peril. Cost them 2 life, though, and I have a 6 power forge coming in, so got that going for us, I guess. Kind of a cool deck, honestly. Do that again. Good thing there's more where that came from. Take some damage. Untap. Or bounce our crit coat first, then untap. Land is fine here, honestly. It's totally fine. So now they're at 5. Are they dead to my Spire? Fire up a Spire attack. This is 6. They have to block the 6, take 3, 4, 5. There's a Spire, so that should matter. So obviously we have our coat plus Simulacrum thing going here, which is like great for us, but just not necessary. We can just kill them here. They're set on board, so no cards in hand. Yes, they block here. Take 3 here and 2 here. That's 5. Add them up. Cool. So even if they didn't like leave themselves dead on board there, we were just gonna make 2 more tokens and kill them. I mean, the engine was rolling there for sure, you know. So good to go. All right, and is solid. Couple kill spells, Synth Battalion. We have the Splinter Twin combo here. So Forge. They play an Anchorage. Okay. I'm gonna play this on tap Red Source. They do play like a Deep Cavern Bat or something like that. We can kill it. It doesn't matter either way, but Attica Waste, go. Okay. So maybe a blue-white control deck here. Field of Ruin, yeah. Alright, so unfortunately our hand is not... Oh, never mind, we're good. Okay. Opponent decided they wanted to resolve a Jace this turn. That was fine by me. I mill 3. Okay. This is like about the best thing that could ever happen to us, realistically. I think I like Torch better against Wandering Emperor. There was artifacts. Everybody's bargain is that's the same thing. I don't know if it freaking matters honestly, but alright, whatever. Torch this thing. So they've tapped out and allowed us to resolve our synthesizer, which is like the literal best case scenario. So we draw land, awesome, and just play our synth. Scry 2. We see Irencrag Extruder. I would say I don't think I want either one of these, actually. Yeah. Extruder's just like not really, yeah, it's just fine. Just do this. So, just gonna start jamming Forges, probably. The synth in play already is pretty great for us. They play Demolition Field. We draw a Mechanaut. That's actually a pretty good draw. Because now I can double spell this turn, which is pretty sweet. Here's a Mechanaut. Pay 1. MBD. They counter us. Great. Honestly, you know. This is also their Deluge turn, so you really want to put the pressure on to make them not be able to cast Deluge. Playing as control decks is just all about making them not play the spells they want to play when they want to play them. So, they play a No Moralize here, they waste 2 mana. Awesome. Cool. Could have fielded me, but decided not to, but sure. Alright, tap land, go. Celestus. Think we're going to Battalion. Once again, if they play a counterspell, fine. I just don't want them to cast Deluge, and if they don't counter it, I get a bunch of power, and they have to Wrath next turn, and then I can jam Celestus and Forge. So, cast Skitterbeam. They don't counter it, I get 3 huge tokens. If they do counter it, attack for 2. Alright, so now they absolutely must cast a Sunfall next turn. You get a Wandering Emperor, so be it. Like, it's totally fine. You're in Wrath or Die mode, so. Alright, so go to 9. Gonna Deluge. So we're going to untap and Sunfall, and then we're going to play Celestus and Forge and make 2 more tokens and a Forge token, which is pretty gas. Alright, so must Wrath or Sunfall. But to populate would be cool. I'd draw a card. It's pretty fun. They play land, they play Sunfall. Cool. So they do all that, no problem. We get to go second Synthesizer. Oh no, because our thing is gone, right? So I can't do more than one thing. Yeah, so let's go Synthesizer. It's fun. Play Synth. Now I got 2 of these. Make a token. Scry 2. Coat and Spire. Both pretty good. I'm going to put the Spire on top so I have an extra land. So next turn can be Spell and land. The next turn can be Celestus Forge. I'll have to decide what order we're playing these things in, but... Could field me, I guess, because I topped. Alright, so they're going to just say go. A lot of cards, a lot of mana. They can Flashback Deluge this turn. It's not ideal. Play Forge. I mean, any 3-mana artifact makes 2 tokens, so it's kind of a close to a must counter. Alright, and then they play Spire. We can attack into their 7/7. They kind of like have to Wrath. So like maybe we just attack and make them flip. They also can't flip in Deluge too, so I'm gonna say attack. I have Forge going too, so we'll just jam. Wish Forge made artifacts, right? Jeez. If we do flip and block, we could like Surge to finish it off. Not even sure if we want to do that though, because like they just have to they have to Wrath if they're dead, basically. They're going to play an Emperor. Sure. So it's going to be a spot where they try to minus and we're going to Surge in response. It's pretty cool. Target this. Pay a red. Sack this. So Emperor's dead. No life gained. Take 1. And they kind of have to Wrath again. And then I can, in theory, go Celestus plus Croat, which would be insane. Get much more tokens. Just don't farewell me, friend, buddy, partner. Alright, so they just say go again. Alright, so we're just going to jam again. Fire at the Forge, attack, and see what happens. I guess maybe I should play things first, because these would have grown. But I wanted to see them, like, do their stuff first. I think they just missed the blocker step. No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Wow, alright, firing up Anchorage and this 7/7. Sure. See, now this is all their counter mana, so like that's kind of the idea. I can resolve my spells now, but didn't crack the clue. Interesting. Alright, Celestus. I guess just cast the Coat too. They have a sweeper now. Like, maybe I just hold this. I have Spire, Avert 5. I guess they had the Forge is coming too. We have a Forge and a Spire attack next turn. Oh, whatever, sure, just cast it. Might be wrong, but I gotta just bounce it later, so. Million tokens. Say go. Crack their clue. No farewell, please. So if they cast the Wrath, we have 5. I guess if they cast Sunfall, they have a blocker too, but I think I was wrong to cast this, actually. I shouldn't have cast Cryptic Coat. So it makes Sunfall bigger too. Sunfall's ridiculous. Won't be sad when that card rotates, you know? It should exile or make a token, not both. Not both. Colorless. Sunfall. And you got the blue. Sure. And they have a 7/7? Yeah, so this would be like a 5/5 or maybe a 4/4 actually. Wow. Another synthesizer. Yeah, sure. So we cast this. They kind of have to just counter it if they have a cryptic command or whatever. Then they're just dead, though. So, well, never dead, yeah, so fire us up and kill you. There you go. That's the dub. Scry bottom. Why not? Alright, cool game. Let's take a look. Sideboard is pretty simple. Take out the red cards, put in the blue cards. Negates, the Saheeli, and the Tidebinders. Take out the removal spells. Good to go. Alright, game 2. Blue-white control. It's fun. Irencrag, Forge, Skitterbeam. Not particularly fantastic, but reasonable enough. Be able to push through a... Ooh, that was a great draw. Okay, so... probably want to try and push through a synth with a negate, maybe. We'll see what they do, but... Mirrex Anchorage. That was dope. Alright, Mechanaut. Allow the double spell, love it. So, do we synth or forge? I think I want to just want to forge here. This basically forces the counter spell if they have one. Then next I can go synth with negate back up. They're gonna march my Mechanaut? Interesting. Yeah, sure. This is kind of weird, but we'll take it. March one of their few answers to artifacts, and like we have a lot of artifacts they need to kill. Field of Ruin, sure. Ooh, what a draw. Okay, so play our synth. They counter, we counter back. That resolves also. Damn. We're doing it. Dump the extruder, keep second forge. And just move to combat. Attack for 2. Go get him, buddy. Now, if they cast a Deluge or a Emperor here, do I want to counter it? I kind of do, honestly. This is just a soft counter, and like I'm not really scared anything they can play next turn. I'm just gonna counter this. I think we're pushing the advantage here. You know, we're not really a control deck. We're not trying to like counter all their spells or whatever. We just need to kind of like maintain good tempo, keep a good pressure up, get our engines online, and then use Negate to defend occasionally. That was next turn we have Forge again with Negate backup. They're going to march along here? They are going to march. Alright, so that's fine. Looks like Synth kind of stinks, but 2 Forges is pretty good. So fire at the Forges and get in. And now this Negate backup. I'm feeling pretty damn good about things, honestly. Their supers are worthless. Again, they've already used 2 marches. They don't have many cards that can kill these artifacts. So, barring a farewell, I guess. But we have the Negate. Okay. Alright, well. I feel like if I had shown them the Negate, my scoops. But yeah, we'll take that too, I guess. Alright, so pretty clean run, obviously. You know, the one of the draws of this deck is that, you know, the format doesn't handle artifacts that well. You know, there are cards like Get Lost, which kill enchantments, cards like Destroy Evil, but, you know, putting down Synthesizer, Urabrask Forge, kind of artifact after artifact, it's a pretty sweet way to go. And then having this sort of like high roll Splinter Twin combo of Skitterbeam plus Synth is pretty awesome. Yeah, deck's kind of cool, honestly. Definitely a cool one. Wish I had more time to work on it for the Pro Tour because I've been kind of tweaking it here and there and kind of enjoying it a lot. And deck's pretty fun. So give it a spin. I'm Drew Davis of CoolStuffInc.com. I'll see you next week. Have a good one, folks.